The truth is, you're not lazy, broken, or lacking discipline. You're stuck in a loop, and no one ever taught you how to exit it. You wake up with intention. You promise yourself, today will be different. But by the end of the day, nothing really changes. Same thoughts, same habits, same emotional patterns, same frustration. And what makes it worse? You know you're capable of more. You can feel it. Yet somehow you keep circling the same mental territory like you're trapped in an invisible cage. Today you're going to learn exactly why this happens and, more importantly, how to break the cycle for good. Not with motivation, not with willpower, but with psychological precision. You're going to understand how loops are formed, why intelligent, ambitious women stay stuck in them, and the exact shifts that create real momentum. This isn't about doing more. It's about seeing differently. So let's not waste any more time. Let's begin. Principle 1. Identify the invisible loop you're obeying. Most people think they're stuck because they lack discipline. But actually, you're stuck because you're being consistent with a pattern you've never questioned. A loop is simply a repeated cycle of thought, emotion, behavior. And here's the uncomfortable part. You're not trapped in it. You're participating in it unconsciously. Studies show that the brain prioritizes familiarity over happiness. That means your mind will choose a known struggle over an unknown improvement every single time. This is why you keep returning to the same situations, the same emotional reactions, the same self-sabotaging behaviors, even when you desperately want change. This works because psychologically, your brain runs on predictive processing. It wants to conserve energy by repeating what it already knows. Breaking a loop feels unsafe not because it is, but because it's unfamiliar. Your nervous system confuses new with danger. Think about the woman who keeps saying she wants a better life, yet stays in the same draining routines. Same scrolling, same late nights, same avoidance. She's not unmotivated. She's loyal to an identity that feels predictable. Most people never escape this because they try to fix behavior without ever naming the loop. Ask yourself, what do I repeatedly do that keeps me exactly where I am? Write down your most common negative thought when you feel stuck. Notice the emotion that follows that thought. Be precise. Identify the behavior that always comes next. Label the loop. Literally name it. Awareness collapses unconscious power. Now this is important. Seeing the loop isn't enough. Awareness opens the door, but action changes the room. So in the next principle, you'll learn how to interrupt the loop without forcing motivation or discipline. And by the way, if you're serious about breaking patterns instead of just understanding them, make sure you're subscribed. Everything here is built for women who actually change. Principle 2. Stop waiting for motivation. Shift your identity first. Most people think motivation creates action, but actually, identity creates behavior. And this is exactly why you feel stuck in a loop. You're trying to act like a new version of yourself while still thinking like the old one. The truth is, you don't rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your self-concept. If deep down you still see yourself as someone who struggles, procrastinates, or never finishes, your brain will subconsciously sabotage any progress that threatens that identity. Not because you're weak, but because consistency feels safer than change. Research in self-perception theory shows that humans are wired to behave in alignment with who they believe they are. This is called identity-based consistency. When your actions don't match your identity, your brain experiences cognitive dissonance, and it resolves that discomfort by pulling you back into familiar patterns. This is why forcing habits rarely works long-term. You're fighting your own self-image. This is why women like Anne Hathaway don't try to be confident on screen. They assume authority before anyone else does. Contrast that with someone who waits to feel ready. One acts from identity. The other waits for permission. Guess who stays stuck? Stop asking, "What should I do?" and start asking, "Who would I have to be to do this naturally?" Choose one identity upgrade, e.g., I'm someone who follows through. Act once per day in alignment with that identity. Small but intentional. Speak your identity internally before action. This is what I do now. Cut language like trying, hoping, or someday. Precision rewires belief. But here's the thing. Identity shifts alone won't hold if your environment keeps pulling you back. In the next principle, you'll learn how to design your surroundings so progress becomes automatic, not exhausting. Principle 3. Break the emotional payoff that keeps the loop alive. Now this is where most people get uncomfortable, because every loop survives due to an emotional payoff. Yes, even the painful ones. The truth is, staying stuck gives you something. It might be familiarity. It might be an excuse. It might be the comfort of knowing what comes next. Most people think they're stuck because change is hard. But actually, they're stuck because staying the same is emotionally rewarding in subtle ways. And until you expose that payoff, the loop will keep running quietly, efficiently, endlessly. This works because of reinforcement learning. The brain repeats behaviors that provide emotional relief, even temporary relief. Complaining relieves pressure. Avoidance reduces anxiety. Overthinking creates the illusion of control. These micro-rewards train your nervous system to prefer the loop. We've all seen this. The woman who keeps saying she wants more, but bonds with others over shared frustration. Or the woman who delays action because she's still healing. Healing becomes the hiding place. Growth feels threatening because it removes the story. Ask yourself, what do I get from staying stuck? Be brutally honest. Identify the emotion you avoid by not changing: fear, rejection, failure. Remove the reward. Stop venting without action. Stop romanticizing struggle. Replace it with a higher payoff. Pride, momentum, self-respect. Create consequences for looping. Inaction should feel uncomfortable. But even when emotional payoffs are removed, one thing can still pull you back. And that's time perception. So the final principle is about urgency, and why waiting is your biggest enemy. Quick pause if you're listening to this thinking, this is uncomfortably accurate. Stay here. Subscribe. You're exactly who this space is for. Principle 4. Collapse time. Act before you feel ready. Most people think they have time. But actually, time is the illusion that keeps you looping. You tell yourself, I'll start next week. After this phase. When I feel clearer. And that delay becomes the loop itself. Here's the truth. Clarity comes from movement, not contemplation. Confidence comes after action, not before. Waiting to feel ready is the most sophisticated form of procrastination. Psychologically, this works because action creates feedback. Feedback rewires belief. The brain updates its self-image after evidence is provided. No action means no new data, so the loop remains intact. Rachel McAdams didn't wait to feel fearless before stepping into powerful roles. She acted first. The version of you that feels ready only exists on the other side of movement. Set a 24-hour rule. Act within 1 day of insight. Shrink the action until resistance disappears, but don't eliminate it. Decide fast, adjust later. Momentum beats perfection. Treat hesitation as a signal, not a stop sign. Ask, what would this look like if I did it scared? And once you act, once you break time and take control, the loop loses its grip. Which brings us to the final takeaway. So here's the final takeaway. First, you learn that you're not broken, you're looping. Awareness of the pattern is the first disruption. Second, you learn that motivation isn't the solution, identity is. Who you believe you are determines what you repeat. Third, you expose the emotional payoff that secretly rewards staying stuck. Remove the reward and the behavior collapses. And finally, you learn to collapse time because action creates clarity, not the other way around. This is how you stop circling the same life and finally move forward, with intention, power, and self-respect. Comment the word done if you're done repeating the same loop. And if this channel feels like the voice you've been missing, subscribe. You belong here. This was the Magnetic Her. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any recommendations for my future videos, let me know in the comments. I read them all. Until the next video, stay confident, smart, and glowing.